We have some more breaking news. Another big day of NHL waiver wire activity. 15 more players on waivers today, including a few prominent names. Plus, we have another big signing in Minnesota. We'll discuss the news coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have another busy day of NHL waiver wire activity. Not quite as busy, though, as I thought it might be. I would suspect tomorrow's waiver list is probably going to be insanely long. A lot of teams are looking like they're waiting right down to the 11th hour here to make their final cuts, which will put a lot of players being either put on waivers or sent to their minor league affiliates or junior teams, etc. Tomorrow to get ready for next week's opening roster submission. So we'll see. For today, there's 15 players on waivers. Yesterday's names were not claimed, so there were no additional claims. So the most prominent being David Kampf for the Maple Leafs. Not surprised. I think if it was down to 1 year in the contract, maybe somebody would, but with an extra year, obviously it kind of makes it an unattractive asset to pick up. So no surprises on that one. There's a couple other names I thought might have a shot, but no, we didn't have it happen. 15 new players on waivers today, including Dallas Stars placing Vladislav Kolyachinook. The Florida Panthers have defenseman Toby Bjornfoot and goaltender Brandon Bussi. The New Jersey Devils have Thomas Bordeleau, Angus Crookshank, Brian Hallinan, Zach McEwen, who was just acquired yesterday from the Ottawa Senators, and Colton White. Obviously, with McEwen being acquired yesterday, it sounds to me like the New Jersey didn't acquire him with the intent of having him on the NHL roster. Obviously, if he clears, then he'll go to the minor leagues. Except he's in the last year of his contract at league minimum. Ottawa kind of wanted a better option for a guy who could drop the gloves. I mean, McEwen's got some skill. He can skate. He's a big man, but he's not the greatest when it comes to dropping the gloves and actually having a good outcome, which is why I think they decided to make the move. They're like, if we're going to have a player around that's kind of his main purpose, then he needs to be better at it. They saw an opportunity to upgrade when obviously the Devils felt McDermott could be made available. Also on waivers today, the Philadelphia Flyers have defenseman Dennis Gilbert. The Penguins have an interesting name of Ryan Graves. Now, he's got a lot of term and money on his contract. I suspect nobody's going to take that on. But yeah, Graves is on waivers. Probably out of all these players, he definitely has the most term and money owing to him. An interesting name for sure, but unfortunately for him, looks like he's going to end up going to the minors, most likely if he's not picked up, which is extremely unlikely. Alex Alexiev, another player, former Capital, goes to the Penguins looking for more opportunity. Ends up on waivers as well. Former Montreal Canadian Raphael Harvey-Pinard also on waivers. Boko Imama, another former Senator, kind of a tough guy as well. Had a good shot with the Pens at the end of last year. I thought they might give him more of a chance this year. And, of course, former Penguin first-rounder Sam Poulin, also on waivers. So the Pens have made a bunch of cuts today. Some interesting names. We'll see what happens on that front. And the San Jose Sharks today, another former Senator, Colin White. Again, not a huge surprise. Ever since Colin White signed a 6-year deal with the Sens back, quite a while ago now, then he suffered a bad shoulder injury, and he's just never been the same player. Bounced around trying to find an opportunity, and at times has even been on AHL contracts. I feel bad for Colin White. He had a lot of promise, a lot of potential. First-round pick, great junior career with Team USA, especially the World Juniors, but just has not been able to put it together at the NHL since that injury. Things were progressing for him, but just not the same guy since. We also had a big signing today with the Minnesota Wild, getting another big deal done for this franchise. They locked up goaltender Philip Gustavsson on a 5-year extension, $6.8 million. Gus has been pretty good. Obviously, when he first went there, it was more of a tandem, has since become the clear-cut number one. He's 27 years old. This will kick in next year, so it'll take him from age 28 to 33, which for a lot of goaltenders, that's kind of their prime years. So I suspect Gustavsson will probably be earning this contract to, making it pretty reasonable. To be honest, if you look around the NHL, look at a lot of the other top goalies making, $8-9 million. There's some $7 million in there. This one's a little bit below that. Obviously, he doesn't have quite the resume that some of those guys do, but he's been good. When he was in Ottawa, again, another Ottawa connection today. It seems like there's lots of players making news that are former Senators, but he was very inconsistent. He was also very young at the time. Some might say they gave up on him a little bit too early. But yeah, all in all, it was probably not a great idea for Pierre Dorion to trade him, but that's all done with now. Can't take the pass back. But he gets a full no-move clause for the first 2 years, and then it goes to a 15-team no trade. So $6.8 million for 5 years on a goalie who's been pretty steady, pretty consistent for the most part. Should take him through his prime years. Has the opportunity for it to be a really good contract. Hopefully Jesper Wallstedt will evolve into, at the very least, being a good backup. But with Gustavsson's contract, it's going to show the expectation that they expect him to hold down that number one job for an extended time. So let me know your thoughts on all of today's news when it comes to waivers and the Gustavsson signing. We'll be back later with another update, talking about the rest of the news and rumors or any other news that breaks throughout the NHL during the day. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.